Welcome to the AlbionTV War Report, your source of live battle coverage featuring the top guilds and alliances of Albion Online. Today is Wednesday, the 20th of August, 2025. I am your host, The Chosen One, and today I am joined by Robin Hood RS on the play-by-play, and of course, we have Bogle behind the scenes. We are currently spectating Albion Asia on a 15-minute delay over here on the 14 UTC time slot. It is, we have hope of some content, Robin. Hope. We've sent out some prayers. Hope, some prayers.
Hopes and prayers. We do not know if they're going to be answered or not, but maybe, just maybe, they will. We want to switch on over to Super Wob. We'll see if he actually has a proper defense force here. Does have a full party. Because most of our territory launches today for 1400 UTC are actually between KFPD Alliance and the Pink Alliance. Both launches on both sides of the table. So obviously we did come in on Triple ST. He was up in Sungborough Spring. And that is a territory that Rescue Station did launch on, who are a member of the KFPD Alliance. They also launched on to Sungborough Woods as well. But at the meantime, the home zone of KFPD Alliance here in Whitecliff Expanse was also launched on by Pink. So obviously, what are you going to do? Are you going to go try and take your enemy territories, or are you going to defend your homeland?
Defend your own, Robin. They got a level 42 attacking right now. They have a 9 defending. Not great. Now, we have seen these Kung Fu Pandas defend against outrageous numbers in the past. It's actually how we saw them the first time. It was very entertaining. But this is going to be really rough for these guys. They're going to need something else here. I don't think they have enough to take on Pink with their, I don't know, 30 players?
Yeah, they had 41 in the hideout there where Super Wob just went into. But yeah, it's not looking like we're going to get a defense. Maybe they're waiting for reinforcements to come in from elsewhere, because we did see that last time we were watching KFPD. They were split in two. But if they want to defend their homeland here in Whitecliff Expanse, they're going to have to get everybody here and everybody here now. Because this territory, you know, even though we're out here on the outer ring, it's only a quality 2 zone. It is currently holding 6,296 raw energy in storage, and we are coming towards the end of the season. We're not that far away from that final invasion day.
No, we are not. Just a couple of weeks left to go, Robin, and that's it. 2 weeks until the end of the season, and then we're going to have a winner declared, and with, you know, not every place is available to fight for, Robin, but there are plenty. And when you get into the lower rankings, there's a lot to fight for, and there's a lot of groups out there that could use an extra 6K energy to put them over that 250K mark so that they can even get crystal.
Exactly. And at the moment here, you know, Kung Fu Panda only, slowly creeping up the rankings. It looks like they're not pushing for much. They currently have 42,000 season points, sitting in 195th place. But, you know, point payout of 6K will shift them, you know, up to 150th, thereabouts. But look at this already. We do have the first layer of fortifications already sieged and broken here. And KFPD, are they finally starting to show up here? They have 1 or 2 players, a handful of players here, but yeah, I don't know. I don't think we're going to get a faux defense, unfortunately, here, Chosen.
I don't think so either, Robin. I'm just a little dismayed. I really thought the Kung Fu Pandas would do a little bit more. They did so much the last time we saw them in defense with very little in the way of members. So I was really hoping to see another one of those ballsy fights.
Yeah, I saw the launches today. I was happy. No,
mounted.
First day back and everything after our break here. on the old AOTV.
Disarray's up to 12.
That was hopeful.
They are doing something here, Robin. They have gotten their disarray up to 12, and they are now dismounted and throwing skills, which is more than they were doing before. Now, is it all of them throwing skills? No.
New. And
Let
as you
Go
can see,
Man has not moved at all.
yeah, and we do have blobs forming up onto the rescue station hideout here as well in zone.
Oh, boy.
So maybe they were waiting for reinforcements to come in, but still, we're only at level 11. Never mind, that blob is going northeast now.
First Love. That's not.
No.
It's a different group. It's First Love from another alliance, the Bolts Alliance.
Alrighty then.
Yep, and they are working their way down here. So I don't know what that's about. Let's see what they have for a disarray here. None. They have got a massive 0 disarray. But they are going in like they care, and they're going to go in from the backside. Let me grab you a name here.
Yeah, it looks like Super Wall. Yep, there goes the final level fortifications. KFPD will be evacuating the territory here. Wonder what led to the situation unfolding here. Who KFPD have been working with while we've been away, because you know, launches for both sides indicate to me that there has been ongoing conflict between the two forces of KFPD Alliance and Pink.
Right.
But surely KFPD would have been getting some help from somebody, because just in this zone alone, Pink have a, what was it, a 40-something disarray debuff?
Yeah, yep, 43, I believe.
A 43, and that is without Triple ST and their forces that are guarding their home territories up in Fire Sink Trench and Sungerborough Spring areas. So, you know, KFPD definitely was getting help, I would assume, from somebody, and Pink are just now showing in full force, overwhelming KFPD by themselves, and that's unfortunately why we are not getting any action here. We do have Triple ST bumping into a couple members of Idol and also Foo.
Okay. I was going to say KFPD also was clearing out some rats, but that's already over, as the rat battle never lasts very long.
We do have a fight unfolding, I think. If we find... Who is this fighting? It's maybe Maverick if he's online. I'm hoping he's online. He is online. If we hop on over to Maverick, they were actually just fighting Pinoy Flower and the Foo Alliance here in Dry Vein Steppe.
I would watch that.
We do also have a Flying Dutchman hideout on final phase of construction in zone right now as well.
And
it looks like the Flying Dutchman may have just got murdered because they're mounting up, or they're moving just to protect the hideout, because they were fighting
41 disarray, and there's lots of skulls on the map here. Foo currently taking down Western Paradise. Okay. I would assume that means this is over, because if Idol is letting one side of their forces just get murdered, it's because the other side has retreated early.
Yep, and I think there is a clear showing here that some sort of war is unfolding now between these forces, because Foo have stacked their alliance. Obviously, before we were seeing friendly fights between Sunset and Pinoy Flower constantly on the war reports, because they were both outside of an alliance, but they were working together underneath a coalition. Now all forces are underneath the Foo banners. Pinoy Flower, Sunset, alt guilds are in there as well. So something has happened while we've been away, as is the way. We're now just catching up to it. But if we want to switch now to Simpy, They are destroying that hideout that was under construction here. It will go down shortly.
Yeah, it's already at 60%. It's falling very, very fast. No defense here declared. Nobody up. We do see a banner already raised as well to raid. So this isn't quite over yet. But surprisingly, not much from the guys in idle. I don't see any of them left. Just more food entering the zone.
Yeah, they have fled into Demonian's Keep, which is the zone southeast. Will they look to get a regroup here? We'll have to wait and see, because the Flying Dutchmen do have only a 35 disarray debuff left in zone. And they're heading southwest.
35 isn't going to cut it against the, what is it, 53 of Fu?
Yeah. And there's also the Pink Alliance, which were cluster queuing into the zone, which, judging by what I just saw here in Demonian Keep, Ido and Pink are definitely not friendly.
Right.
One of their members just got murdered on the
murder.
Been a murder. Yeah, interesting situations unfolding here on the Asia server at the moment. Maybe Idol and KFPD were working together, maybe, or Idol are just going at it alone, doing their own thing, because we have seen that happen many times in the past, where Western Paradise just look to do their own thing and they ride, solo or, just under one alliance tag. So,
well, what happened with Radiant? Didn't it, like, when we left, it looked like Radiant had just picked a fight with, like, Fu.
Correct. It was Fu who actually evicted a handful of Light Alliance's hideouts in Sungborough Spring and Sungborough Woods. Then
Light? What's Light?
Yeah, Light Alliance is Radiant.
No. They are 5555.
They are now.
Well, I'm just saying. I was trying to just make a statement as we've already changed new alliances. Light is now irrelevant. We are now 5555.
Correct. But what we did leave off on that subject last time we were here for the war report here on Albion Asia was Radiant working alongside oh god, who was it that launched on it? CCTV, Jin Alliance against Fu. That's what we ended on last time we were here. So a week and a bit ago was the last time we saw that unfold. What's happened since? Not sure. They did have, again, one of those launches that they do on Sunfang Dawn today, where Jin launched onto Sunset's territory, but they didn't mass because CCTV are none of their shot callers are online. So yeah, a lot has shifted, it seems like. There's a lot going on. Territory launches are, a little bit hit and miss at the moment, but there's clearly some changes being made here on the political landscape of things here on Albion Asia. Is this a setup for Season 29? Have players and guilds already declared what they're doing for Season 29, and they're just shaping up their alliances just towards the end of this season? We're not sure, because we also don't know how long the off season's going to be as well, or the gap between Season 28 and Season 29.
I hope we do.
We don't, not yet. Nothing has been declared. So we are waiting. Obviously it was announced that one off season is going to be a 5-day break, and then the other one's going to be a 2-week break. Are we now about to go into our 5-day break, or are we sticking with our 2-week break? We don't know yet. The schedule hasn't gone up on the forums as of yet.
Well, I will tell you that I am personally expecting a 2-week break. That's what I planned for. So,
well,
hopefully that stays true. Well, although I can't tell you how many times I've had to change the schedule from them just being like, no, it's this. We've known for 3 months. Forgot to tell you.
Yeah,
It happens. It happens.
it does happen.
We'll see how it goes. Continuing to bounce around, Robin, trying to find some more action here. I do see some people out, but nobody's making any of the fisticuffs yet.
No. We do have Zorro and Aguila masked. They are just shifting off their territory now. It has now just gone past the 15-minute mark. So a lot of the territories that did get launched on, if no banner was raised, obviously have been automatically pacified. But right now, Aguila are an interesting one to watch as we go towards the end of the season here. We open up the season rankings and look at their position. It is a battle between Aguila and Griffin Empire. Right now, there's roughly about 6,000 season points gap between the two. I'm expecting this will be the main focus point leading up to the end of the season. I don't think any one of those two really want to piss off Pinoy Flower and try and snag a second place off of them. But you never know, right? You never know.
Why not, Robin?
You know, the king sits at the top of the server for a reason. You don't want to,
Robin, did
you
that
don't
ever
want to go
stop
too
you
crazy.
from messing with the king?
Hey, I knew I had a fighting chance with the people I was joining, so these guys.
600 is fighting for Radiant. Radiant is currently fighting against Clover Land T. I don't know what they're fighting. They're fighting a blob of different alliances. It looks like they're fighting Rat, but it's Radiant.
Alrighty, well, here we go then. 600 here with the Camland Mace of all things for his setup. I believe I just saw a Morning Star in that setup as well. But like you said, the opponents are a ragtag group of non-guilds, random guilds. It's a group of 20 players all banding together here. And I'm not sure
they're
what
holding their own
over.
against Radiant.
Yeah, they're doing quite well right now.
I mean, they're doing okay. They're not dead yet. Like, that's pretty good, right?
Yeah, not too bad. There comes a massive clump there. No follow-up, though, onto the Camland clumpage. 600 just prowling in the back lines. Interrupt there with the Judy Helm allows the lockup and deletion to come in. It's going to be coming sooner rather than later here, I think. And I'm going to go out on a limb and say that's about to be a wipeout in the next engage or two. Maybe. Ooh, 600 choosing not to push up that choke point. A lot of heavy CC there on that choke chosen.
Interesting choices made here.
Another massive snowball coming in, and that snowball, it's definitely meta right now. It has that knock-up interrupt, the knockback, and it also has that non-cleansable slow that leads through and stays there on the ground as well. Does allow for guilds to kite heavily along with a firewall there, interrupting 600's kiting path. 600 trying to look for something. There comes that snowball again, and that ice trail on the floor. Look how slow some of these guys are moving. The ragtag group of bandits here are kiting quite well at the moment. They haven't lost anyone since they've broken off that choke point.
They've done pretty well here. Let's see how this goes as they move a little bit towards the south here. Somebody's going to have to make some kind of defense as we get to this choke point. Nope, just kites. Just kites.
Yeah, I don't know if they have any DPS left in the tank. We did see that little deletion come in when we were at the entrance of the static dungeon. Could have been a lot of their DPS in that clump. We just don't know. Finally showing a little bit of sign of life here, but it's only going to reduce the health bar by a half. Or a bar, shall I say. Not half, by a bar.
Continuing the chase here. What do you think they need to do here to turn this around, Rob?
I mean, they just need to get DPS connecting. Like I say, it's a ragtag group here. They're doing a phenomenal job kiting. Big dumpage of DPS there from the Astro staff. Followed up with the Phoenix there, denying and reducing the healing received. But yeah, the ragtag group of bandits that 600 is facing, they really need to get some decent DPS down. Fantastic defensive so far. Hopefully I don't give them the caster's curse here, because 600 is lining something up right about now.
They've got him right in line. They're just trying to look for something, trying to look for that big clump. Not much there.
Not much follow-up DPS, yeah, and the Astro staff is starting to pump out some DPS here as well. And it is actually, it's not Radiant here. I just noticed it's also a bit of a ragtag group as well. There's quite a few Radiant, but there are some randoms dotted in between in the party as well.
That, yeah. I see a member of 999 and W8 Emergency. Yeah, like, okay.
Non-gilded player over to the western side, that healer there, YQ. Also part of the group here. So, yeah, this
new boom bap. Yep.
An interesting one. Uwu here doesn't have a cape equipped. So, yeah, definitely a ragtag group for both sides. It's an interesting fight here.
You know, sometimes you just want content. You know, maybe 600 just messaged his friend groups and said, I need a fight. This is boring.
It's something. Oh, there's the DPS finally for bandits coming out.
Look at these ragtag guys.
Could be more here, Shozen.
Nobody's fighting back, Robin.
They need a couple more hits like that. They did knock out a healer or two. YQ did go down in that engagement, so that's a Hallowful healer down for 600's group. Great defensives here on the back lines. A little clump and deletion. I think we have a third party coming in on the southeastern side, but a big clump and deletion coming in here for 600's group. They do find a breakthrough here. The Enigmatic staff trying to keep those boys alive, but for how long? The snowball knockup coming in. Players dropping like flies left, right, and center at the moment. And I think the ragtag group of bandits are broken.
What a turnaround.
That third party there shows him. We see that little tiny blob on the southeastern side.
I'll go see what that is. I see skulls on it already. It's lag.
Okay.
Two? Not many of them. Just like a small group, no disarray. Actually, are these... This might be a transport. Yeah, I'm going to walk away. I'm going to walk away.
You're one map away from Thetford Portal. Like, that is the zone southwest.
Yeah, so. It's all axes, Rob.
Yeah.
They got some pretty skins on those axes, too. I'm like, oh, good job, guys.
I think they're...
Are they coming over here? Maybe they are.
They were.
Like, you know, we do see gankers using axes.
We do. Very cheap and cheerful mode of transport. Pretty tanky as well.
Very tanky. That's why. They use it for
that
the
isn't
tankiness.
until patch 4 arrives.
Oh, no! What's going on, Robin?
Well,
we have some changes coming up.
There's going to be a nerf here and there. The tankiness of Oxes will be no more. Their health bar, health overall is getting shredded. Their CC resistance is getting shredded. But their carry weight is getting improved as a a switch up there. So we'll talk about more of patch 4 when we have the chance to. But we'll keep looking around for some action here on Albion Asia as we start to head towards the halfway part of the show. That means castles may start providing us some content. And I'm going to go check the world map to see what we have here, Shozen.
All right. I'm going to keep bouncing around through our list.
Yes.
We just have a lot of people out, like I said before, but we didn't have a lot of fighting.
We got a legendary castle in Wetgrave Bog. That is the eastern side of Fort Sterling. The only castle really in the area there worth going for. A lot of no-show castles in the Fort Sterling region and up towards the north. So that could be a hotbed for action. later on in the show. An eye on that one.
So we have Fu and All Rise in the same zone in Wailing Bulwark. Level 34 from Fu and 43 from No Re.
Should be content then.
They're on opposite sides of the oh, hold on, where did No Re go? Okay, yeah, they're here. We'll see how this pans out. Opposite sides of the zone. Disarrays are adapting here, is what I'll say.
You have some raiding that occurred in the inner ring. It seems like if we open up the world map real quick, you'll notice just to the western side of our location, Sunfang Cliffs and Razor Rock Gulch both have been raided.
Oh,
don't know if it's a self-raid or what, but the towers are ablaze right now. Ablaze. I'm gonna go check some of the other zones surrounding them to see if there's anything else currently ongoing.
Sunfang Cliffs had quite a bit in it. If it got raided, it had a what, 8K in it? 8K plus?
Yeah, because half would have been stolen.
So yeah, that's 4K gone.
Interesting.
That's a big move. 4K is a lot to take from a territory at this point.
Yeah, and
we don't see quite as many 20 plus territories as we used to.
Yeah, and Aguila's territory in Razor Rock Chasm is a glowing. It's 15,000 raw energy in storage, and we did see Zorro on the move earlier on. I'm wondering if they had anything to do with this.
15 would be the highest that I've seen. I have not seen one that's even close to 15. 11 is the closest I've seen. So 15 is the biggest.
Well.
They're just not quite as big as they used to be back in the day with 3 months, Robin.
No, and I just hopped onto Zorro. Remember, we're on a 15-minute delay, so we're not going to give away much because they would have to do something now if they were going to do it, which I know what they're trying to do here. So currently they are in a dungeon in Driftwood Vale, currently owned by the Fu Alliance Red Circle Guild. It has just shy of 6,000 raw energy in storage. It is the correct timer. It's a 14 UTC territory. So I'm going to go out on a limb and say Aguila may be looking to hit this territory next. They're just waiting, potentially for the all clear. Start making their move. They still got plenty of time to do so, and if they're uncontested, they're going to be able to break through in a short amount of time. And the main forces are fighting. So if we want to switch back to Simpy of Fu, they are now fully engaged in Wailing Bulwark versus All Rise of the No Re.
This should be good. These are two full forces going at it with something on the line. First engagement's going well for All Rise. Lots of members of Fu getting very low in the first engagement. Not a lot of death, just one going down here, but that initial engagement was impactful.
Yeah, we'll keep an eye out on the kill feed here as it starts to pump away. Remember, these fights are very spread out, north to south, west to east. It's all over the shot here.
Very even back and forth.
Yeah, and that kill feed will give us a good indication about what's happening off of our POV here. But members falling left, right, and center for both sides at the moment. A big deletion, though, coming in.
It's Fu that's starting to fall here, Robin. As I'm starting to look through my kill feed, it is very heavy in favor of No Re. No Re losing about a quarter of what we're seeing lost by Fu.
Yeah, and a little bit of a return engagement there, but as we say that, the members keep stacking. A solid engagement, though.
There we go. That's a good one.
Starts to turn in Fu's favor, but they're going to need a lot more of that.
Another 4 go down. Several going down for No Re. That's what they need. if they're going to try to come back here from Fu. But they keep losing people in this grind, and they have a lot of cover, like a lot of ground to cover from those early losses.
Yeah, but hey, it's not over until it's over. We've seen some wild things happen here with this brawl meta. It is literally just brawl it out, and whoever comes out on top comes out on top. Many of times in the past, we've attempted to say, oh, the fight's done, it's over, these guys are broken, and then suddenly out of nowhere, those guys will just regroup, restabilize, and throw it right back. So I don't want to call it until it's done and dusted here. But so far, it is a bloodbath here in Wailing Bulwark.
Absolute decimation on both sides. Both sides are going to have a long re-gear line today.
Indeed, they are. Those Astro Staffs pumping away. Currently, very high resilience for penetration. That is also getting changed and nerfed in patch 4. Quite a large shakeup for some of the ZVZ strats for patch 4. Like we said, we'll go over that later on if we have time. But if not, we'll be back for the daily show at 1900 UTC, going over all of patch 4. But right now, it looks like Fu may be starting to come ahead here just a little bit. Looking at the kill feed, it's pretty heavy in their favor. And Simple is kind of just like herding sheep at the moment. He is doing a pretty good job of keeping his boys in line, picking off clumps east and northeast of him.
Well, that's
what
the
battle lines.
The best guys in the clump, not in the clump, in the brawl meta, use it to make clumps. They separate support from DPS, support from tanks, and find individual groups to do massive damage to when they can't heal themselves or they can't be reached by the healers and support because of the engagement. Separation, clumps, these are very important in the brawl meta.
Indeed they are. Indeed they are. But look at this. It's starting to turn just a little bit here.
A lot. It's starting to turn a lot, Robin. Look at your kill feed. Pull it up to 35.
Yeah, I've got it maxed out. It's starting to turn into Fu's favor.
Yeah, it incredibly did not think that was going to happen. When you look at the beginning of this fight, it is all green and purple and blue at the on the left side of your ledger there, and then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, we see this evening, and then it goes from even to just one-sided as we are just seeing red, 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 red on the ledger.
Yep, and you can kind of see as well on screen now with the Fu POV, a lot of green and purple name tags, not many red left alive here on screen.
Red is still on the edges, so red has moved out to the, mostly on the western flank of this. You'll see quite a few there. I'm surprised they haven't actually gone for a full regroup yet.
GG just got called.
Oh, really? Friendly fight.
It was a setup fight.
That explains why they didn't regroup.
Interesting. Very surprising that Fu and Nori are friendly fighting.
Mm-hmm.
Remember, they had a launch on against each other today on Sunfang Dawn. And again, I'm very confused about what happens here on the Asia server. I don't know what's going on.
No.
Bit of a weird one.
I just don't have it, Rob.
While all that was happening, Zoro is still hiding in said dungeon.
Ooh, he's sneaky.
I don't know what he's waiting for now. Why he would be waiting this long? Still got 25 minutes, sure. Yeah, very, very interesting turn of events here.
W79 is on, and he's getting a group of Radiant together inside the hideout.
Might be starting to look towards those castles.
Mm-hmm. They just left. I would say yes.
Already have a big Zerg in Wetgrave Bog. It's going to be the Pink Alliance, actually, for that legendary castle. That's going to be, should be Triple ST.
It was
Is joined forces.
Earlier today.
Yes. They have a whopping 44 disarray debuff here.
That's not too shabby.
Will they get an opponent to match their size? That is the question.
Nori was that size. Fu was that size.
That's a bit of a run, though, unfortunately. Remember, they
I
were
don't
fighting.
think Idol is coming back in that size. They had 35 at their peak, and they lost to Pink. Yeah. That's what I got.
Yeah. I think they might be a little bit too big. We'll wait and see, though. We have seen guilds run quite far for this. And like I said, castle spawns weren't that great. A lot of them no-show or no-spawn castles. A couple blues and a couple greens dotted around. No other rare or legendaries, so...
Idol has gotten up to a level 40. And they are in driving cross. So,
yeah, that's on the opposite side.
Opposite side of the, like, I think they're going for a driving. Nope, never mind. That's not. Wrong time. Wrong time.
Not sure what they're doing chilling here.
There's a common chest 2 zones away in driving. I don't think that's what they would mass for. A common?
No.
Another common?
We do have a blob coming in on the northwestern door. It could potentially be another friendly fight here. It is going to be CCTV at the Jin Alliance now zoning in.
Okay, Jin,
so
we haven't
switch on
seen
over to Maverick. We'll get a fight over here.
Yeah, I don't see a castle worth taking. It's going to be the common castle. Unless I'm just missing something obvious.
This is a little friendly fight here. But yeah, like I said, political landscape, very strange at the moment here. We have, you know, 2 of the biggest powerhouse alliances launching on each other during the timer, then setting up a friendly fight between each other. Then we have the situation with Idol, who were fighting Fu earlier on. Now they're having a friendly fight versus CCTV and Jin. God knows. God
I would
knows.
like to see these 2 guys, like 2 forces, join up against the big Fu alliance. I think Jin and Idol together might be able to do it. But we thought that last week too, right?
Yeah. Again, it's that political landscape. It is so weird and so different compared to other servers, where everything is kind of like black and white on other servers. There's no friendly fighting against, you know, enemy forces or whatever. There's none of that.
Certainly not. Yeah.
It is like, you know, we're in it because we want to wipe you off the map. Over here, it's a little bit different, but here we go. First engagement starting to come in as the zoo of battle mounts steam forward towards Maverick's front line. And did Maverick DC?
I'm on Jimp. I want over to the other side to go find him. Maverick has just been standing here.
Yeah, I think he may have DC'd.
I would hop over to Jimp if I were you. He's moving forward and knows what he's doing. He's cleaning up some Dutchmen right now.
GG has just been called because the shock caller DC'd.
Instantly DC. Instant. Not great.
Ew.
Okay. Arthur's Arrest now for W79.
We'll wait for Maverick to reconnect because it looks like these guys will fight each other, albeit the main corner's back in. I'm going to go check back on that legendary castle real quick.
All right, I'm going to keep going through our list.
Nope. All is quiet over here in Wet Grave Bog for the legendary castle.
So far, I do see people out, but nobody's doing anything. Just hanging out.
Quiet for a minute.
Radiant is split into several groups at the moment. I'm wondering if they're all going to meet up and create a fairly decent disarray. We do have a siege on Zoro. I don't know if anybody from Fu is going to defend this.
Okay.
We just saw these two groups fight.
Yeah, the Alliance of Fu, like I said, very large, but Aguilar right now taking advantage of the situations unfolding where the main forces of Fu are preoccupied, pretty far away. And like we mentioned, Aguilar looking to hold on to rank 3, where Griffin Empire are pretty much, biting at the heels of Aguilar right now as we move into the final 11 days of season 28. So Zoro and the boys taking advantage of the situations of friendly fights occurring elsewhere in the world and raiding and killing mages of their opponents on the other side. Looking a fight, I think it's about to kick off again on Jim.
All right, heading over to Jim.
The blobs are starting to merge once again.
Yeah, not much going on over with no re in this little raid here, so I don't think there's going to be any defense. Let's go over and watch this friendly fight.
Cluster Q is activated here as well now in driving cross. So 350 players, all within zone. Maybe whoever that is coming in, that's Radiant actually coming in on the northwestern door. Not sure if they're here to crash the party or what, but we'll wait and see. But both sides have kind of broken away from each other for the time being.
Okay. Let's separate again. Just gonna watch these guys rotate. Whose side do you want to watch from? Do you want to watch from Jim or Maverick?
We'll go for Jim since
we haven't seen him in a while.
Connection.
Yeah, okay, there you go. That's even a better reason. He has stable internet. Oh.
Here we go. Both sides starting to march forward here. CCTV going to go for a mount up and try and catch up to their actual Zerg. Remember, when patch 4 hits, gotta be careful about your repositioning while mounted. If you get force dismounted, you will not have the 2-second CC immunity anymore if you have a disarray debuff active. But here we go, first clashes coming in here. Just off the corner of our screen, CCTV playing as a secondary front here, it seems like, at least with Jim's group. Big engagements happening here on the choke point.
Nice push into the final side here. Flying Dutchman into big trouble on the choke, Robin. Several of them are getting pushed up against the walls and taken down. More red dots appear on the map there. 1, 2, 3, 4 go down.
Yep, and Jimson now looking for that breakthrough moment. Is he going to go faux send mode? Slowly creeping over as the first wave. And CCTV, you know, they're going to lose a couple here, but it's to be expected. You're breaching a chokehold that is being held by about 150 players. Huge engagement, though, as the breakthrough comes in. And I think Maverick is about to fall, holding on with 2 bars of HP. CCTV and Jin breaking through the Flying Dutchman with ease here. And now it is a brawl and a bloodbath.
Yeah, these guys are getting absolutely smashed right now, Robin. I'm looking at this kill board. It is very heavy red. Another big clump coming up, and several more members of Idol absolutely getting crushed, deleted, smashed, and taken care of. This is very one-sided at this point.
Yes, it is. And a little bit of a switcheroo here as Flying Dutchman choose to go northwest back over the choke point, pushing Jin south, but Jin will now take south vision advantage. Choke point going to get breached here. A slow coming in with the Dustweaver armor, but that's going to be about it here. And I think the Flying Dutchman may be broken. Up the choke points we go. Maybe a little bit of sign of life here from the Flying Dutchman coming out. No, it looks like they are just giving it up here. And it is cleanup crew. But Radiant now on the map. We may have another round of action.
Really? Okay. We have seen Radiant getting ready for something. They have moved around quite a bit on the map, and here we go. They are right in front of us. Jim preparing himself for the first engagement. First members of Radiant coming in from the northwest side. Jim getting knocked back out of position. Gonna have to find his DPS group. Goes in. This is a nice opportunity from him right on the western side. And gets wind wall back. All right. Nice attempt.
Yep. But the secondary front of CCTV on the eastern side there, making a play, securing kills. Jim, not able to get much here on the western side, but the breakthrough is already in. Radiant now in full faux brawl mode with the 5-5-5-5-5 alliance. And a flank coming in here. Jin corralled into the corner of the map, but not enough DPS from Radiant, and it's Radiant that get hit by the counter punch and insta-deleted. Radiant have only put 1 kill on the battle board so far, and Jin are just walking through the 5-5-5-5 alliance right now. What a showing from these boys.
They are absolutely crushing it right now. This is very impressive, Robin. First to handle the Dutchman and then to just stomp out Radiant. Sure, I think Radiant was a little lower on the disarray there, but wow. Jin looking real strong once again today. We've seen this in the past. This isn't the first time they've looked good, but that was 2 nice victories in a row.
It was indeed. We do have another blob. I don't know if that's coming in or if it's just members leaving. I think it was just a group leaving here. Yeah, imagine if we get to see this in, against real opponents. Remember, maybe Jin, Pinoy Flower, the Faux Alliance could be clashing heads here. We don't actually know what has been going on over the last week or so. But more 5-5-5 Alliance coming in on the northwestern door. So the main fighting force of 5-5-5 didn't get in. There's still a 33 disarray debuff for 5-5-5 in map holding the northwestern door.
Okay. I will take a look what we got over there.
And that is a mixture. So 5-5-5, it's upper class, Radiant, Wada, and new Boom Bap as well, from what we can see here.
Level 33 disarray, most of Radiant isn't back yet. Like, this is mostly their allies, mostly new Boom Bap.
Yeah, it's quite interesting. Forces starting. I got a feeling a lot of what we're seeing now and what we will be seeing for the last 11 days is you know, the build up for next season. I've got that feeling from what we've been seeing, who we've been seeing, how they've been, you know, kind of active today, and what they've been doing. I think a lot of this now will be build up for the next season. I'm gonna say it, Chosen. I got a feeling next season may be a little bit spicy.
Oh, you think so?
Yeah. I don't
Okay.
know if we're going to have the same ode, same ode. Maybe someone comes for the crown.
You know, that would be very entertaining to watch. I would not be upset to watch that show.
I would agree. I would agree. Because there's just so many forces now that are quite large, and a lot of them are very experienced ZVZ groups. And I just can't see them going another season here on Albion Asia where Pinoy Flower and Fockwall leads from the top and there's nothing really going on. There's no major wars or anything. And it is, you know, just set up friendly fights like we've been seeing. I think there's may just be a natural contest for rank 1 next season. We may see some evictions and territory ownership flipping from the inner ring. Maybe, you know, we can hope, but that's what I'm seeing start to unfold here, at least from the sidelines.
I hope that we get content next season. I hope that there is somebody who steps up and says, I don't like this, and tries to wake this server up, because it's been sleepy. It went from the best server. Oh. Hello?
As we were saying this, remember, we're on a 15-minute delay, chat. So we just got information from chat. So we don't know if it's confirmed, real, or whatever. It's just one player telling us what is happening. And it's from the Shane21. They say, Nori and Fu is hand-holding. All Rise pushing next season, but it will be a holy war next season as the 555 Alliance and Jin Alliance also together now. So pretty much predictions were right there, and we could be looking at a very juicy season 29.
Can you do me a small favor and explain in context what it means for a holy war? Because when the uninitiated hear that, they might think something that it's not. What does that mean in context to Albion Online?
So in Albion, when someone mentions a holy war, that means that one side is looking to push out and evict completely and destroy another very large alliance or coalition force. So, you know, players use that terminology when something major is coming, like an actual full-blown server war is on its way. We've seen that terminology used in the past. It's happening at the moment on the European server. We have a massive war unfolding there at the moment. They should actually be fighting right now on that timer. So that holy war terminology is used when there are loads of massive big forces looking to go head to head and, you know, potentially evict whoever is holding the #1 spot, dethrone the king. So right now, potentially Pinoy Flower may be looking to get dethroned again next season. We'll have to wait and see, but expect a lot of big content here on Albion Asia for season 29.
Okay. Well, things are about to heat up, Robin. Let's get it on.
They are indeed. I am looking forward to it. Do we have... Ooh, we did have action on the Pink Alliance, so Triple ST. We did miss it, unfortunately, as Pinoy Flower did show up.
Really?
Looks like they got wiped, though. Maybe a bit of a regroup. We may get another round of action here to finish off the show. So if we want to switch to triple ST, see how it goes. Yeah, I had that feeling, Chosen. You know, there was too many forces splitting up and merging into large ZVZ powerhouse groups to not have something unfolding in the background. And I think the biggest indicator for me was the fact that Fu pulled everyone into the same alliance tag.
Yeah, you know, that means something's happened. Yeah,
exactly. It's
you can't.
very.
They're worried, Robin. That's what I hear. Worried.
Mm-hmm. Obviously, it helps with the cluster queue and stuff like that when you're underneath one tag. To a certain extent, depending on how large you want to mash your forces, helps with friendly fire situations and everything like that. So, yeah, it normally is a general good indication when groups like that have been split in the past. Like we mentioned at the start of the show, a couple weeks ago, we were watching Sunset and Pinoy Flower have friendly fights nearly every single day. Obviously, they were outside of different alliance tags, so they could fight each other, but they were underneath the same coalition. Now, as we come in today, they are underneath the same alliance tag, all under one roof. So, yeah, good indication on that front. But it doesn't look like we're going to get another round of action as Triple ST is running somewhere away from the castle. Not sure where he's going. There's no other castle around, but the legendary castle is held by the remaining forces of the Pink Alliance. If you need a POV, as we come to the end of today's show, we can hop on Walkie. As we can watch the legendary castle get looted in 2 minutes' time.
Oh, very nice, very nice. Like to see the occasional legendary here at 14 UTC, but we will be back this weekend for legendary castles, guaranteed legendary castles at 14 UTC. Well, 15, I guess, is when they happen. We'll be here at 14 to watch them at 15.
Yes, legendary castles. Then the following week is the end of the season. It is going to be the final invasion day as well. So that is coming up just around the corner. But another confirmation in chat there from the Shane21. He says next season it will be Nori and Fu versus the 5555 and Jin alliances. Okay. So a pretty big war is on the horizon.
Where does that put Idol?
Good question. Where does that put Pink?
Well, I feel like where we know where Pink is.
I don't know.
I feel like Pink is with Nori and Fu. Unless they see a weakness, if they see a crack.
Yeah, I don't know. It's a bit of a weird one. Because we said, there's been we've seen so many fights unfold, but it's hard to tell when they're friendly and when they're not, and when they're meaningful and when they're not. So it's hard to read just the day-to-day political landscape when we watch the show here between these different alliances. But yeah, two massive alliances, very strong ZVZ forces that have not declared, at least yet, what side they're going to be on. It makes for interesting reading for season 4.
I'm excited for this next season. I mean, especially for Albion. We've had what do we got?
Yeah, the Shane21 just keeps dropping that info in chat.
Just dropping info. Okay. Hopefully this guy is legit. Reporting.
Yep. Dropping in, he says, next season it will be World War. Literally, who knows who will flip sides next season is unpredictable. 3 guilds, by the way, declaring rank 1.
Wait, what?
Yes. Normally, we just have that one guild that declares that they're going for rank 1.
Sometimes too.
Sometimes 2, but that fizzles out very, very quickly.
Usually, well, it depends. Sometimes the rank 1
ping.
pusher is the one that fizzles out, right? We've seen that so often that the guild that pushes for first place early on gets that massive lead and then putters out. It hasn't been in a bit, it's been about a year, but it's time.
Yeah, it happens. It happens. I'm also, someone's asking, or Aguilar's trying to recruit me in our Twitch chat right now as well. They're looking for D-tanks that don't get left behind when kiting. Sadly,
tell them only if they're pushing for number 1.
Oh, yikes! Yikes! Well, it looks like we're going to get another round of action here as is it Pinoy Flower? Wait, no, I saw the Blob Connect. Are they here? Yes, they are here. Okay, Pinoy Flower is here. We're watching from a bomb squad POV at the moment, so I'll look for the actual POV and we'll have it. We can go on for a couple minutes here, as we are currently over time. I believe I did spell that name correctly. We'll see how long this fight goes for. If not, we'll go to, say, 10 minutes past, so 8 more minutes.
Okay.
That is fine with everyone.
Yeah, I'm okay with that. I don't mind watching a little bit of Albion Asia action. We don't get it every day. And so when we do get it, we got to give them the attention they deserve. And hopefully, with a bit of attention, these guys will be like, it would be better? Fighting every day. Fighting every day. Every
single day.
Just a bit of back and forth on the gate here, Robin.
Ah, yes, that translation. Nice. Thanks, Bogle. Love that.
Is that what that means, Bogle?
Yeah, it does.
Wow. Neat.
Love that. Well, Pinoy Flower, very hesitant to step up to the gates. Remember, there's already been round 1 here. We didn't see it on stream, but Pink did come out on top as the skeletons of the Fu Alliance did scatter where they're currently standing. Actually, you can see some of the remnants of that previous fight just on to the western side of our screen. But yeah, Fu very scared to step up here. To siege a castle, you actually have to hit the gates. Right now, it looks like they are just trying to wait for their bomb squads to find an opening here. They only find 2. Return engagement, not going to find anything, but we do have a flanking force on the northeastern side of our screen here from Pink. Outside the castle, it does get called out in Pinoy Flower. I can see the off-screen name tags countering onto it, and that group actually did just get caught here. They're going to go for a flanking force like that. They have to throw pretty much to the full weight of Pink behind it. They're not in a position to do so, and they start to come back inside. Question is, who gives up first here? Who's the one that will bend the knee and, play into their opponent's hands? Pink, obviously, coming off a first victory for round 1, may get bored in a minute or 2 and look to step out because Pinoy Flower's not stepping up.
I mean, at this point, it's only about the fight, right?
Rusa, maybe they left. The castle is still in play. The loot, the chest is still in play. It hasn't been looted.
Is this one of those situations where they agree to leave it and winner takes all because, there's no reason for Pink to wait?
Yeah, this is, that situation where both sides have agreed, we'll leave the castle chest in play. If you win, you take the chest, right? So
then you absolutely don't go out. like if there's something on the line, you make these guys play it like it's a castle fight. Be the patient force. Whoever is impatient and makes the mistake generally loses. Make these guys do what they're supposed to do. Get on the doors, start banging, and when they do, punish them. Play it right. Don't be cute.
Exactly. Well, look at this. I mean, back and forth here on the walls. Pink do have a Siegebow bomb squad in play. We've been seeing that wreak havoc on the European server with King just leading probably one of the most devastating bomb squads that we've seen in a very, very long time. Over here, though, I'm not sure if they're utilizing the Soul Scythe combination with the Siegebow engagement. I would have to wait and see. No, they're not. Okay, so they're trying to, I believe, use the Witchwork as an opener, maybe. If I was them, a word of advice, look to use the Soul Scythe. The Soul Scythe, obviously, with the knockup, doesn't allow you to activate Cleric Cow, doesn't allow you to activate Gigpot. You're up in the air. It's the strongest CC that we have in the game because of that. And those Siege Bows will connect because I believe the length or distance of the Soul Scythe and the Siege Bow itself is pretty much the same. So wherever the Siege Bow hits, or wherever the Soul Scythe hits, shall I say, the Siege Bows will land as well. And that is why it's so devastating. But the bomb squads right now for both sides are pumping out damage, Chosen.
Yeah, they are. The only thing that's happening here are these bomb squads, but they are hitting and they are making some plays. You look at that kill board, it has been active. We're not seeing just a blank kill board. But that's what you need to do in a castle is it's these bomb squads really do play a massive role. Debuff squads, shutdown squads, anything you can do to get massive CC so that you can set up your bomb squads. Good. But the typical brawl does not work great in the castle fight.
No, they do not. And a big burst of damage coming out here. Counter engagement, though, coming back in. Pinoy Flower going to lose 3 on the return engagement. But this door, it hasn't really been worked on whatsoever. If I zoom in, actually, no, it's on 39% health remaining. So there has been some whacking. A bit of a step out coming in here. Fu also trying to work the eastern side as well. That's starting to come back. Siege Bow's trying to make a play here. Nothing to be found. And the OC finally getting called here. Actually, it's a double OC, I think. As they've been here for a while. RPOV down to a sliver of HP does sustain the engagement as those holy beams come out. Can they sustain the return with the bomb squad? Not enough damage, unfortunately, for Pinoy Flower. As soaps come in left, right, and center. Got a minute left of the action here. Is anything crazy going to occur? Are we going to see a flood? I don't think so. Ooh, Pink lose a handful there of their front line. May have to restock our POV. We do.
I'm good.
I got kicked off.
Bogo, how do we pronounce this name?
What, the English pronunciation?
No.
Oh.
The way it's spelled. I don't think Bogo wants to help us.
He is. No. There's a reason.
He gave us a nop. He gave us a nop.
there is a reason.
Do you think your mom would be upset, Bogo? Oh, okay. All right. All right. Sorry, Bogo. I'll let you be there. We've had enough.
Yes, if you know, you know. You know. But we are at the 10-minute mark, and unfortunately, we are 10 minutes over time here for the Asia server war report. And this fight could go on for quite some time, though the gate has just fallen. But we do have other shows coming up later on this evening at 1800 UTC. We'll be back with the European server war report. filling in all the action that's been unfolding while we've been away on break. As I mentioned just a moment ago, there is a massive war that's been unfolding on the server, and that is still ongoing, so we'll fill you guys in about that one. Then after that, at 1900 UTC, we'll be back with the AO Daily Show as well, going over all the latest news, events, and ongoings in the world, talking about patch 4 and what that brings to Albion Online. And then after that, the final show will be the PvP showcase. So a lot more action to come here on AOTV today. Make sure you're following the channel to be notified when we go live, of course. But until then, thank you guys for watching. And wherever you are in the world, I hope you have a glorious morning, afternoon, or evening, everybody. Adios.
See you soon.